Okay, let's jump into our first example here, which is a UAExpert setup. I have a new project here. When we first come in here, we go up to the plus button, and it's going to say Add Server. I already know that this is the IP address for the AL1426. You'll see here I have this already set up, but just to show it again, I'm going to double click here. 52.58, and then port 4840, which I have checked, and I made sure that it is, this port here is open on my firewall, so I can communicate freely with UAExpert and the master. And once that's done, we can come here. I'm going to open this up, open it up one more time, and we're going to click None, and then we're going to use the username and password field here. By default, we have administrator, always for the username. We click store, and then what we're going to put in here for the password by default is admin and the number 1. So ADMIN 1. We're going to click OK. Beyond that error pop-up there, if I click out and over that, you'll see that the connection succeeded. So now I have the 1426 connected. The first thing you might want to do once we're here to make the functionality of the 1426 a little more secure, so that's not just the default to write output data over PDOut or to fire outputs, would be to come into the device set here underneath the address state. And IO-Link master set, device configuration, IoT setup, and change password. So we don't want to drag this in over here or anything like that. We actually want to, for change password, we're going to right click, we're going to call, and we're going to type in the old password, which actually in my case is admin3. And now I'm going to put in a new password. I'm just going to change it back to the default, and we make the call to this function block that it's calling out, and we're putting these parameters into that function call and processing the change. You'll see it comes up succeeded. You'll see the call succeeded as well in the log, and we're going to close. Okay, so now let's disconnect, let's reconnect, and you'll see that the connection did not succeed because I have to right click, go to properties, and have to update that password. Admin1. Okay. All right, let's try that again. Yada, 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 and done. All right, so we're connected again. Next step is going to IO-Link master, going here, and what we're going to do is find our IO-Link data under ports 1 through 8. If you take a look at, do I have a second browser going on here? We put in that IP address of the master here. You'll see that on port 7, I have a TCC 811, and on port 8, I have a DV2131, which is a stack light. So here's our blind temperature transmitter. And if we come back here, you'll see that this is a single LED stack light. All right, so just a quick overview on where we can go to get that information as well. For either one of these, if you come to downloads and we scroll way down to IODD downloads, we want the byte mapping structure. So that's this PDF IO-Link interface description. If you click on that in this document, we will find more details for IO-Link, and you'll also find the byte map structure and any sort of gradient the unit type that the data comes across in, etc., will be listed here. As well for the stack light, there's not much to the stack light, so it's a little more generic. But if we go to downloads and PDF, right, I think it's just on the last page here. There it is. So for the PD out RGB mode here, you can change the LED appearance with just the low byte, and the buzzer would be here if you wanted to. All right, so just a quick overview, and that is the PD out. Port 7 is my temperature data. I'm going to go to IO-Link device. We're going to go under general, and I'm going to pull in the process data input, which is the byte array for the TCC. The input is where our data is coming in. The output, if you drop it in here for that, it doesn't have any output IO-Link data, so the data type just comes across as null because it doesn't exist. So I'm going to delete that. And now I'm going to go back up. I'm going to go to port 8, and we're going to go to IO-Link device. We're going to scroll down to general again, and this one I'm controlling the LED or the blink function of the single LED, and so I'm looking at the process data output, and I'm writing that out to the DB2131. Currently 3 makes it yellow. If I would do a 04 and I do the write, that makes my stack light a nice solid blue color. And for the TCC, if I put my hand here on the probe tip, and you'll see that the temperature goes up the longer I hold it for, and it's just a matter of parsing out the data that we're looking for. So in say under 8 minutes, we did a quick run through of just making that connection inside of UAExpert.